Well, it's a complicated command, or it sounds complicated anyway, because I'll be the commander of Alaskan Command, Alaskan NORAD region, Joint Task Force Alaska, and then 11th Air Force. And so I've got an operational hat, if you will, both serving under Pacific Command and Northern Command NORAD for defense of Alaska and other air defense of North America issues. And then I've got an Air Force organize, train, and equip hat, if you will, as the 11th Air Force Commander. In that capacity, the organizations, Air Force organizations in Alaska, in Guam, and in Hawaii are all also under my command. Well, I have worked in NORAD before, North American Air Defense Command. It's been a number of years ago. Had an awful lot of interaction with Alaska NORAD region and 11th Air Force in that capacity. Since then, I've had a number of command positions that I hope have at least partially prepared me for this. And most recently, I came from Pacific Air Forces, where I was the Chief of Staff. And so I had near daily interaction with all of the folks up here in the command, working on a number of issues relating to Alaska and relating to ALCOM 11th Air Force. And so that I hope that has also helped prepare me. My wife and I are honored to have this opportunity. I was serving in Hawaii at Pacific Air Forces as the Chief of Staff, and that's where my boss nominated me for this position, and here I am. I was assigned here before, about 10 years ago, back just before we went to the Joint Base concept with Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. Loved the base then, lived about a block away from where I'm living now, and so we're very familiar with it. A lot's happened since then, a lot of great development on the base, and we're just fired up about the chance to live here again. Well, there's been a tremendous evolution, both from a base perspective as well as operationally. As I mentioned, we transitioned into a joint basing concept, Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, and that has been a tremendous success here. There was an awful lot of growing pains associated with doing anything of that magnitude, and the airmen and soldiers that work together here have done a wonderful job of that. Also, we did a huge transition with the types of aircraft. I was flying F-15Es, Strike Eagles at the time. That squadron and another have transitioned to F-22s. So as you know, since I left, we've got 2 squadrons of F-22s here. We've done a complete transition to the C-17, which had just started when I left. And so, if you think about it, a transition of about 75% of the aircraft here in this wing, as well as bringing 2 bases together, I think is just a tremendous change since 2005 when I left. Well, my predecessor was a brilliant leader and did a lot of wonderful things, and his predecessors before him have, and so I hope to be able to live up to that legacy and continue to lead all of the great patriots that work in this command. And I think we're on a very good track. I mentioned partnerships earlier. One of the things that we're doing is we're growing international partnerships through some of the training that we do here on our ranges. There's a tremendous growth in our involvement in issues in the Arctic, like search and rescue and other partnerships with regard to Arctic issues. And so I hope to first learn more about that and then hopefully improve our interaction. And as always, just continue to be vigilant, defend our skies up here as we always have. Well, what the people, men and women in this command can expect from me is I'm here to serve them as their commander. Clearly, there's an awful lot going on in the duty day of the 11,000 men and women that are in this command, and they're going to continue to get that done. But they're only going to get that job done if I resource them for that. And so that's the reason that I'm here, to provide those airmen, soldiers, and in the joint context, our Marines, Navy, Coast Guardsmen, and civilian, give them the resources they need to get the job done and be here to take care of them. And so if I'm not doing that, then I'm not doing my job. And so that's sort of the charge to me as a commander. And we're all here to make this place better than it was when we arrived. Well, I think I'll be busy at first, kind of getting settled into the command. There's a lot to do here and to get to know all of the great warriors and patriots that work here in the command. But I do enjoy fishing and skiing and really anything outdoorsy. Coming from Hawaii, my blood will thicken just a little bit before the wintertime, and I'm sure I'll get involved in all that. Well, I am just incredibly happy to be back here in Alaska, and as I mentioned in our change of command ceremony, when I said we are all in this together, I mean that seriously, not just the military or folks associated with the military, but this community as well. There's no place like Alaska for welcoming military professionals into a community as one of their own. And so I'm already feeling that again. Only been here a couple of days, and I just look forward to living here and working amongst this community again.